Hey, this is Rick Lumac. We're in week 2 of the session here at the Legislature, and I just want to give you another update. I did a little update last week on Thursday at the end of the week, and this is our second week. So I am here today with my esteemed colleague, Ravi Kahlon. He's the Parliamentary Secretary for Sport and Multiculturalism. And so we're just going to talk a little bit about, what happened this week. So what are the highlights for you?
Well, it was a good week, Rick. I think that some of the highlights for me was we passed our budget. So we had a big, vote, and we finally passed the budget. I think some of my colleagues were saying this is the first budget they've ever passed, and they've been in this house for like 12 years. So so that was a big moment.
That's the first confidence vote of our government.
Yeah, and, that's right. Very important.
44 to 41 passed, so very comfortable.
It was awesome. We also we finished off the debate with the budget. That was great. There was some good discussions in the Legislature. We announced that we are taking big money out of politics, and $65 million of donations that have been made for political parties have been taken out of the system. I mean, that is massive. I think this reform is the biggest reform in North America. It's massive, and $1,200 limit maximum for anyone to give to a political party. Essentially, what it means is the politics is going back to people, and
exactly.
And I think it was pretty exciting. And it's best practices from all over the world, and I think other provinces will be looking at us now as leaders on taking money out of politics. So I think that's pretty huge. You probably agree with that. So
the work that went into this legislation, it's so comprehensive. It's just going to change the political landscape here in BC. There's not going to be any more of this, big money donors and getting special favors. We saw what happened, with the climate leadership recommendations, and how legislation was basically drafted in Cal. Those days are behind us, and so we're very excited when we get to finally vote on that one. And also another new thing.
Due to connection, we are back. We are back and live. We announced yesterday a Human Rights Commission consultation. So we are actually, the website's live. Rick's going to link it into the post here. Go on the website, share your concerns with us, because basically a Human Rights Commission will look at how do we, push back against discrimination, sexism, racism. How do we ensure that people with disabilities, or capabilities, I like to say, can better function in our society with good paying jobs and so on. I mean, some of the stats that came out, Rick, were crazy. I mean, the wage gap between men and women is still huge. So a commission can look at that. I saw a report about Aboriginal men are 5 times more likely to die with the opioid crisis than the rest of the population. I mean, we need a body like a Human Rights Commission that can look at all these things and then come to government and say, here's a problem, here's a solution that we think you should do. Also, work with the business community and say, guess what? There's this problem in society. How can we work together and find solutions? Because I just met with a business leader right now. He said they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars every year to get lawyers and consultants to write reports on how to work with people with disabilities and LGBTQ community. And so why not build a commission that proactively does this work with them? And we're the only jurisdiction in Canada that doesn't have one. But it's about to end. We're about to have one, and we've launched the consultation process and engagement. Go on the website. The link is there. Answer some questions. If you have faced sexism, racism, discrimination, or if somebody has and you want to share a story, go on there and share with me. I'll be reading them every day, and I've already been reading them, and it's amazing to hear what people have been sending in.
Yeah, listen to that. Listen to his passion.
I'm excited about this.
We're doing great things here, and we're going to be back again next week, and we'll tell you what happens next week.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys later.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. How do we stop this?